Hello everybody, it's Sonic Haley Gang. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Rise from the Ashes. In the previous episode, we went through a slog of a testimony against Angel Star. While most of her testimony was utter garbage, the main point of it remained. Lana Skye, our client, stabbed the victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, in the prosecutor's office parking lot. And there was picture evidence of the crime. Right now, the only thing standing between Lana and a death sentence is a tiny piece of cloth stashed away in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hanging on by a literal thread, we are about to meet a new, very interesting character. A man that has many of the answers we seek. But without further ado, let's dive right in. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently, she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth.
Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un. At least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come take a look to see how this trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory.
That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
That's a typo. I think it's Chief Prospector, actually.
Oh, that's so true.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all?
You telling me she wore different clothes than what she's wearing now? Impossible.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Everyone has like 1 or 2 outfits at most.
Yeah, another one of your harebrained theories again, right?
Huh?
I've seen the red breeze blow her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
She always does. She has no other outfit.
How could your own sister not notice your most notable fashion accessory? That's just sad.
Yeah.
What?
That would be like not noticing she has bright pink glasses on her head.
Exactly. It's exactly the kind of thing. That's the trademark that you're missing out on.
God.
At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I reckon.
What does that mean? Could she have taken the scarf off? No. That's ridiculous.
See, I thought that Phoenix just didn't know the meaning of the word reckon.
Reckon? What does that mean? Pull up the dictionary. In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell.
Ugh. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it stakes us, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Hoo-wee!
I love him.
Oh, he's so great. He's so great. I love his little poncho.
Yeah. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 9.
I'd like to resume.
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets.
Call an ambulance, bro.
Yeah, he's obviously having some issues. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes.
The poor man's dying. They don't care.
What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent.
It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution...
This is unacceptable.
It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Excuse me. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's him.
Oh my god.
What's with this guy? Why is he so orange?
Why does his skin tone match his clothing? It's bad character design, god damn it.
What if he's not wearing clothes?
Yeah, exactly.
All he's got on is a little black thing
Yeah,
and that weird
it's-
tie.
Yeah, all he has is like a very odd bib, and everything else is just rubbery skin.
Rubbery skin. Oh.
Well, it would have to be. Look at it.
It would, yeah. I never noticed how rubbery his suit looks. What if he's like Clayface or something?
Yeah, no, clearly the name Damon Gant is like suiting a demon, right? Like clearly he doesn't have to be human. Look at that! Look at those cheekbones. Look at those nose ridges. Like he's clearly got stuff going on.
Look at his facial hair. Who has facial hair like this?
Yeah, like even in the world of Phoenix Wright, this guy pushes the envelope far too far.
Yeah, he's a demon. There's no other explanation. As my friend clocked before the man even got a chance to say his name, Damon Gant is one simple letter swap away from Demon Gent. I don't know. This guy? Nah. He's a silly little guy. Surely he wouldn't be evil. That man has silly little pink glasses. You're telling me he's a demon? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
See? Clearly a demon.
Yeah, no, that's obvious. That's obvious evidence in the he's a demon category.
Yeah. Who on earth is he?
Ah, it's you.
Walks in and just stares at everyone. Sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days?
Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy schmizzy, Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Archie seems to be his nickname for the judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Rhino, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Eh? Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly.
Is there fan art of that?
Of them swimming together?
Yeah, because I would love to see it.
I don't...
I have, like, academic interest.
I'll have to look that one up. I haven't seen it before.
Alright, make a note to do so, because I want to see him. I want to see him in the pool, on the beach, wherever.
Yeah, this is very important to the research of this video. Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright! You don't know the District Chief of Police?
He didn't know the chief prosecutor, so what's the surprise?
Yeah. He doesn't know anybody, like, at all who could be involved with his job.
He's got, like, no brain cells. He just...
Like, if he ever got a secretary in his office, he'd have this exact same routine.
Yeah, he is...
Like, every week.
He is just, like, flying by the seat of his pants. Maybe if you did a little research, you'd be a little better off.
Yeah.
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Oh, that stare.
Sorry, I just had to let the music kick back in. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, isn't it?
Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler.
So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. It's really nice that they let someone bring her a new one when she was arrested.
It's true. Like, clearly it's important to her whole fascist girl boss chic aesthetic. And to be without it is really just a cruel and unusual punishment to me.
Yeah, she would... Her life would be torture without it, I think. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
Oh, what's this?
It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief? What kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth!
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth?
Oh, boom, yeah.
That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had
Trying to get his hair done.
your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ah,
The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
yes?
Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
Come on, just hurry up and open it.
Oh, it's moving by itself.
Oh, it's ghostwriting.
Alright,
Don't-
alright.
It would be so funny if you cut your finger though and we had to wear like a bandage for the rest of the case. I would appreciate that attention to detail.
There's a small tag on this knife.
It seems to say SL92.
What does that mean?
Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame.
But it's strange.
Huh? What is?
I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this, somehow.
What did DL ever stand for?
It was just like the case filing. It didn't really stand.
It's not like down low. It's not like the down low 6 incident.
No, it wasn't the down low 6 incident.
But weren't they like getting a psychic investigator on the down low? Wasn't it kind of a secret?
They did do that. But I'm pretty sure.
And they could have easily been 6 people involved, right? Like if you counted it correctly.
Yeah, let's see. There was Edgeworth and his dad.
Right.
There was Von Karma.
Right.
There was Yanni Yogi.
Right.
The Mystic, which was Mia's mother.
Right.
And then the parrot.
There we go. The down low 6 of DL6 fame. We have.
Wow, we finally cracked it after all this time. Alright, let's open it. Straight into our face.
Yeah, we just kill ourselves.
Like, I don't. Alright, let's get this thing open. That's why she's.
the eye.
That's why she's going. Wah!
Wah! Don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared. I just took my own eye out.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
Yeah, and my eye socket. And this dark red stain. Blood?
Gee, I wonder.
It's a mystery. Switchblade knife found at the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife.
Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Apartment in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see, what a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There, a murder at the police department? A detective?
That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Well, wait a second. You said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order! Order! Order!
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Another amazing testimony. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Rido. I suppose you could I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Ooh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Sort of a truth or dare situation.
I guess. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died.
Well, we already know when the victim died, but I think we should hear it again just to be sure.
I don't know. Kinda interested in how they were killed, maybe. Or where they were found. I think that's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Rido? Can't say I've heard of it. I guess he was tasered in the records room, not the evidence room.
Yeah, fine, okay, sure, whatever. But like, as a defense attorney, you never like had to deal with evidence, for example.
He didn't know the chief prosecutor or the chief of police, so this doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, but like this is basic stuff. The other stuff's all politics, but not knowing like the fundamentals. Well, actually, yeah, that's okay.
I feel like that's up for par with Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
Something stranger about this than the place where the body was found. Maybe ask again. Tell you two
Actually,
things.
you're telling us two things now.
I'll tell you two things and two things only, young man. Alright, how was he killed? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the Force call a stabbing. With a knife. Knife? What's that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. Seems like I'm going to have to press this a little harder. Five 5:15, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What?
Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I would say there is a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Rhino. You understand.
Try to understand, righto.
Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife, what was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out. Between this knife and Goodman, I think I remember what it is. I think it's the note. Yay. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
An honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great. He's literally me.
I know. This is the audience standard, really.
Yeah. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7? Yes. 12 slash 2?
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside?
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get?
Oh
my god.
It's such a cool reveal. They should do that every case. with like increasingly elaborate ways.
Every case has to have the turn the paper upside down spot.
Mm.
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SO9? That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tail. Order! Order! Well, Chief?
Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Rido. I win? Ah. What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. I kinda hate with the paper you can't turn it upside down yourself.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that just made it a lot harder to figure out that part for no reason.
True.
When like everything else in this case you can turn upside down, left, right.
I guess the power of the DS couldn't quite extend to that piece of paper.
Yeah, it was just too much. They really wanted to get that in there, but they just couldn't handle it.
Yeah. The poor little system is trying its best.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite get to the finish line.
Wasn't the little DS that could.
No, but it tried. It tried
so hard.
Got so far.
But in the end, it didn't even matter. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. It was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
I like how his little... Actually, I like two things about his tiny little glasses. One, of course, is that they are a subtle tie-in to Emma's pink goggles.
Yeah.
And I also like how they're rose-tinted, so to speak. I feel like that's a good character bit.
Oh yeah, that's true. I do like that.
I mean, isn't it linked in the sense that the victim was the same person or something?
Yeah, but we don't know that yet.
I feel like that's a kind of an important detail to not bring up, though.
Yeah. No, that's not it.
It's like if Abraham Lincoln was shot at the theater, but at the exact same time, like in a police department, another guy was shot. And I was like, no, the cases aren't officially linked, even though that victim was also Abraham Lincoln. I feel like that would come up soon.
But we know what ties them together. I mean, the knife was found at the scene of the crime.
It seems obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where do you think the judge lives? Like, does he live in the courthouse, or does he have, like, a little apartment somewhere?
I feel like he has, like, a house in the suburbs.
So, I feel like he's not very good with money management. And I think that if he ever did have a house in the suburbs, he would lose it fairly quickly. I think that he mostly eats, like, ramen and so forth, and have, like, a microwave. And, like, an out-of-date TV that's really fuzzy on the reception. And he watches, like, exclusively reruns of Cheers or Friends or something.
Oh my. That's a sad picture.
Yeah, well, you know, as an actor, I have to think about all the dimensions of a character's life.
That's true. You have to get inside their head.
Is there a video of the blue badger we can watch?
Yeah, hold on.
I think
No,
that'll just cheer me up.
there's just a picture of him.
Well, I do like the picture. That's something.
We don't have the video of him yet. We're not at full power.
I need that video. I need that video.
I need that video just on repeat all day.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Rido, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen. Why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Huh.
I think this is just taking L after L in this conversation.
Yeah. No matter, I understand. You were busy, with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Yeah, I don't know. I may have to look this up.
Well, just make sure you edit out the part where we look it up.
Of course. Have to make ourselves look smart.
He with the reality TV series Survivor.
He what?
Are you at all familiar with the reality TV series Survivor?
A little bit. I've never really watched much of it though.
I see.
Why?
I feel like the cast of Ace Attorney would be well adapted to Survivor's scenario. I was just thinking about.
I've always thought about that too. They could have been a great reality show cast.
In fact, there should have been a case that involved like a team of reality show people following Phoenix Wright around to show like a day in the life of a lawyer or something. And I think it would have been like a good background tension in a case, and you could have had an undercover boss type reveal at the end or something. It all tied together with the villain and things. I think it would work well. And you could get little like confessional cutaways where people talk about what's going on.
That would be cool. What if there was like a murder during like, Big Brother or something?
Yeah, I'd like that. But like the show continues during the investigation. That's I think how I would want it to play out.
Yeah, because that's just peak ratings right there.
Exactly.
Hey, I just need to cover all the bases here because this is a little convoluted.
Okay.
You guys, where the victim is found. Here we go.
Wait, hold on. He has heard of the evidence room?
I have heard of that.
Is this like the alternate reality where he knows what the evidence room is now?
Yeah, we unlocked the good ending. By getting the note updated, I guess. We unlock the good ending.
Okay, it's cool. Alright, fine. I accept that. Sure, why not?
Where Phoenix Wright has heard of the evidence room at the police department. His, two brain cells start rubbing together.
That's really funny that you have to, get it established somewhere else.
Yeah.
The evidence room, didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
I was gonna be like, I have heard of that. He just said it
ago.
5 seconds ago. I did a flashback.
The flashback, yes.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad that they showed the flashback.
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Evidence room. Evidence room. And that's the end of the It's a connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright?
I'm fucking ecstatic right now. Happy?
Lawyers.
They're so smart.
Yeah, and it's all about recalling information from the previous 5 seconds. If you can do that, you've gotten it.
I don't know how they do it. I would never survive. I could never recall information from 5 seconds ago. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Alright, what do I do now? Press on this, maybe?
Yeah, just press on that.
Yeah, I think so. Alright, I need to calm down a little.
It's exciting stuff, though, to be fair.
That was... so exciting. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Rido. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There does seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
I love when he just stares at them.
With those hypnotic eyes with the little spirals in the middle that draw you in and sink you in the watery blue void.
You two make a good pair. Took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really?
Who would have guessed?
You miss every shot you don't take.
That's so true. Vinny's right is living proof of that.
Yeah. I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Well, if you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Victim's ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all, and it's not like I have any kind of ID on me.
That's so true, though. Like, this is such a innocent question.
Yeah. It's like, why are you even asking me this, to be honest?
Yeah, it's amazing.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... dramatic pause. 584-2189.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these, it drives me nuts.
8, 2, 7. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department. 584-2189. This tells me nothing.
584-2189. This tells me nothing.
Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
He does?
He thinks?
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you?
Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Oh,
Bird, yes.
Finally got one over someone, Edgeworth. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
No, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with a 2. I have forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. He's
I just love I love the concept of him, like, bringing up this whole, like, line of reasoning, and then, like, so what does this mean? That's what I want to know.
He is good, though. You see, his powers of remembering things that were said 5 seconds ago came back into play.
Yeah, that's true. Like, he's able to remember, like, a whole bunch of numbers from 10 seconds ago. That's really impressive.
Yeah, and no one else remembered. Edgeworth didn't.
No one.
No one in the
Mine was a
courtroom
steel
remembered.
trap.
Yeah.
A steel trap.
Wow, not even Gant remembered, and he was the one that said them.
Yeah. Wow, this is why we all love Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, so to speak.
How does he do it? The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Rhino. Sharp as a tack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
No, man, come on. He's clearly already dead here. Look how calm he is about her stabbing him.
Maybe he just practices stoicism. You know, stoicism isn't just for history buffs anymore. There's a lot of modern adherence to this ancient philosopher.
Not stoicism. Yet, a detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room, at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location.
You know, when he says it like that, it does sound pretty silly.
It does.
Order, what does this mean?
No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight. The grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. Wow, his ability to just say no, you, is incredible.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a model for real life now.
Yeah, it's such confidence.
Mm-hmm.
What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before?
You heard it in the last episode when I explained it, silly.
We should get a flashback just to be clear.
Oh yeah, I'll put that in. Don't worry. Mike Meekins. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ah! Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection.
Leave him alone.
He did seem challenged.
Wow.
Dang, that's ableist, Emma. Amazing coming from a neurodiverse minor such as herself.
I know. God. He who throws stones should not live in glass houses.
Indeed, indeed.
In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. And I just start staring at him.
I've been swimming lately, yeah, in your eyes.
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. Oh.
Ooh, burn! Yes! Oh, that was so good.
What?
There's no coming back from that. He should just, go fake his death somewhere.
His career is done.
Yeah, this is it.
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright? Well?
Huh?
Mr. Wright?
Well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Rido over here. Good job, Rido, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No.
Yes.
Yes.
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
I think the judge should find him guilty of this murder and call it good. I think that'd be the best way to finish this.
Just dust your hands off like, oh, that's it for him.
Yep, this trial is over. Miles Edgeworth, you're guilty.
I mean, look at all the evidence.
Comes down.
All the evidence we have against him, too. I mean, he was found in the trunk of your car.
This is more than enough to put someone into the chair, you know? Like, this is exactly the kind of evidence we've seen used time and time again before. This is
just hang him already. Get
Yeah. Mr. Edgeworth.
Please. Just give me one day.
One more day. I'm not asking you for a week. I'm not asking you for a month. I'm not asking you for a year. Can you give me one more day?
I'll get to the bottom of what happened if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of the courts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure, okay.
I will grant
more
one
day.
further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Well, that was a lot shorter than Angel Stars.
Oh, that's so much better. That's so much better than Angel Star. Angel Star.
Much more enjoyable, too, when you're not running in circles.
Yeah. I love when we can actually move from one topic to the next.
And that will do it for this episode. This was one of the shorter parts of this case. I definitely think it's a welcome reprieve from the last part with Angel Star. That was grueling. While this testimony is definitely intentionally obtuse, it doesn't overstay its welcome for me, and it at least serves a purpose in the storyline. Gant cleverly leading us into making the connection that he needed so that he could submit the evidence that he wanted to. It also serves to reveal the big gimmick of this case, being having two murders happening to the same victim at the same time in two different places, as is essentially shown in the intro of the case. Gant is a character I'm very excited to talk about, but it's going to have to wait likely for the very end of the case. But I think Gant is very well written. From the first moment he appears, he gives off an aura. But unlike Manfred von Karma, for example, it's not just his status that gives him this aura. Everything about Gant is off-putting in ways that are not easy to describe. His hypnotic eyes, the overpowering colors of his suit, his tendency to just start staring at motherfuckers, and especially his dialogue. While his dialogue on the surface seems like typical silly Ace Attorney dialogue, combined with everything else about him, it makes him come off extremely fake, and it only adds to the uncomfortable feeling you get with this man. He's an S-tier character for me, and I enjoyed this section a lot. Watching Edgeworth get his lunch eaten is just funny, and this really feels like now the real case has truly begun. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you again next time. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. That would help a lot, of course. And please take care of yourselves, everyone.